welcome on stage Pasi Savola.
And greetings from sunny Finland. And for those people who are German, congratulations for last night. And the reason, I'm not tired at the moment, but I watched the game, I'm talking about ice hockey. The British, you don't understand that. So, German, you beat the hell out of Finland yesterday evening, so congrats about that. But back to the business. First of all, just some words about Danfoss. Most of you might know Danfoss from thermostats. You might have some of them here as well. But actually, Danfoss is consisting of 4 different segments. And one of them is heating, with all the thermostats and things like that. Then we have cooling, power solutions with power plant technology, and then what we are representing here, Danfoss Drives. And drives are machines controlling electric motors. So the air conditioning here is controlled by a drive, certainly. The lifts, when they stop smoothly, they are controlled by a frequency drive. So that is our product in Danfoss Drives. And I'm not going to do more company presentation, but move straight forward and talk about our journey a little bit, battling with the content and related topics. First of all, I'm representing technical communication. And I'm sure you know what that is, but how we like to describe that at Danfoss with one longish sentence. We enrich and form the raw product data into clear, logical, consistent product guidance for our customers. And between the lines, you can see some acrolinks, shades, I'm sure. More about that later. Some things that our team deal with. Of course, technical writing, that's the basic function that we do. So we write design guides, operating guides, programming guides, whatever for our products. We release them into SAP. We heard about SAP already, and Hybris, those rang a bell here as well. That's an art of itself, releasing them and classifying the documents in SAP from where they then are used by the Hybris product store, product configurator on the web, etc., etc. Of course, we also do translation coordination in our team. We don't have a translator, but one of my team members is our translation manager. We translate into more than 30 languages, actually, our technical product information. We develop our CMS. I'm gonna tell about that a little bit later. We have a data system. Digitalization is one of the, and digital transformation, as heard today, one of the big words today. We release also product drawings, we release certificates, etc., through the same SAP channel that I mentioned already. Last but not certainly the least, and the topic of today, we coordinate our linguistics and terminology. And these acrolinks popping in, you can see them in other slides as well later on, where you come in at acrolinks, of course. We have a linguistic forum in our organization consisting of TechCom team members and some MarCom team members as well, where we coordinate term management. We discuss and decide on new terms, technical terms, and decide on the options, which one to use in the future for TechCom and MarCom. Our team is positioned globally, as you can see. So in Finland and Denmark, we have 4 persons each, 2 in US, 1 in China, and 1 in southern Germany. Then we have a support team for DTP work in India under our marketing center there. So we have placed ourselves globally where we have product management and R&D. We also have TechCom present, so that helps us to be better aware. And time to market is also better, where you have, with all these wonderful Skype and other tools, you have also a face-to-face contact with the product management. Okay. Then something general about the digitalization of TechCom. That has been my personal subject for the last 2 years, actually. We heard about Quest for Easy, if I remember right. Our mantra is fast, easy, and relevant. It's almost about the same. So fast, of course, everybody is really fast today. You need the information really, really quickly. The span of, what is it in English now? The span is really short nowadays. 5 to 6 seconds you want to see the information more or less. It has to be easy, simple, with all the devices, and relevant. So that's the big thing for us, relevance. You seek a certain piece of knowledge, you want to have that certain piece of knowledge or information at your fingertips. That's another mantra we have at Danfoss at the moment. So we talk about digital transformation, fast, easy, and relevant, and Danfoss at your fingertips. You know what that means. You have these wonderful devices. Some areas related to that and things that we talk about at the moment. Of course, everybody talks about mobile apps. We would like to have those apps presenting a digital key to our products, providing the user with all the necessary product-specific information at the fingertips. We want to have the website also specific so that in addition to full manual PDFs of long programming guides, etc., you also find customized information. So you find the topic that you are searching for. You give certain parameters, a product name, product type, a function you are interested in, then you get the module of information on your screen in a couple of seconds. Webshop, I mentioned Hybris. That's a really, really big development at the moment. There we want to link our TechCom content as well. Drive on board information. Our drives, they have a small display giving information on parameters, etc. So why not link with a QR code or something else your mobile device so that you can get the specific pieces of information on a specific function, or then if you want the full manual of that drive. Okay? And these are linked more or less. The onboard information is linked to an app. So when you get the drive, you are instructed to get the app. That eases up your use, of course. That's the mobile or digital key to your drive. Then something I'm really, and we are really interested in, and we have heard a lot about that today also, chatbots. We are at the moment developing a chatbot solution. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. Naturally, a chatbot can be effective only if you link it in a big organization, if you link it to existing data, modular data that you have in the back end already. And then, of course, all kinds of customer drawings, 2D, 3D, step files, ePlan, BIM, all these are dealt with the same process and released with the same way. What we deliver in the future, now we talk about future of content. We still like to, or we must deliver all this information on these different areas of the product, from selection to removal and dismantling. But instead of PDFs and books, we would like to move, and we are moving into more modular way of sharing information. Straight from the drive, straight from the product, online, My Drive Store, we call it My Drive Store, by the way, chatbots, apps, augmented reality, and then full manuals are not totally disappearing, but we would like to see those disappearing, or at least becoming something of an extra charge in the future. So if some customer wants printed manuals in the future, we would like to charge the customer for that. Instead of that, we offer all these fine things here. So this is all based to our backend that we have. We have a modular topic-based single-sourced CMS. And from that CMS, at the moment we are really developing a middle layer, which I'm going to talk about on the next slide. Don't worry, I'm moving more to content as well, but I would like to share some of these nice things we are dreaming of at the moment. Something about that middle layer. I'm not going to go deep into software technology. I'm not a software guy myself, but I have also understood that, okay, at the back end we have the modular data, the information in modules, smart with metadata, etc., etc. So you can use, it's already, the smartness is already there. You can use them individually as well, not just combined into book structures. And in the middle, I mentioned this middle layer. You can call it an API, for example. And there you have a lot of intelligence. And it takes stuff from the back end so that it can really make the customer knowledgeable in the front end with all these applications that we have mentioned. This is our most heavy development work at the moment. We want it to be two-way traffic, event-driven, so if something changes in the back end, it realizes that there's an updated information. And with a couple of milliseconds, the customer front end gets the updated information as well. And we really think that this is one of the most important things for the future business, actually. How smart we can make this middle layer, this API, the better off we are. For all the huge back end of information and taking that knowledge to the front end of the customer. Without extra work, without double work. We don't want to double feed a chatbot or something like that. We want to use the smart content that we already have. I wanted to give you also an example of onboard information that I mentioned. You can see a picture of one of our drives. It's a basic HVAC drive. Most of the building industry projects use these drives for controlling the HVAC. And you can see that there's a display. And you can see that there's some content on the display already. There's a certain parameter of controlling some pumps, as an example here. There you can see your mobile device taking that QR code, or another way, and showing you the information module on that certain parameter, right? And then, of course, there's content here, and there's content there. And the basic thing, consistency in terminology, is reached, of course, by you guys. And actually, we control this content and this content in the same content management system, which is kind of a unique in our industry and makes us really happy because we always know what we speak of. And earlier, this was certainly not the case. Even the names of certain parameters could be different in the TechCom, in the manuals, and in the drive display. So that was a shame of things. Okay. Then something about continuous delivery. I heard continuous something or continuous everything. We've been talking about continuous delivery for the last year regarding software, data, and translations as well. And let's say that we have a software engineer that designs a new function to the drive, a new parameter. Then there's an automated traffic, for example, JSON files. I don't go into that, but it's a file format of smart information transfer. Humans can write it and machines can read it. There's an automated traffic to our end, where my team takes the step. The technical writer assigns a new parameter with the description text module in our CMS for that new function. When it's approved, it's released with the normal procedures. Then it goes to the middle layer, the famous middle layer I mentioned already, serving the customer front end. And from there, we can actually then serve it wherever we want. We can talk about parameter clouds. Our future products are being designed so that even our customers, big customers, can make their own software to our drives. So they even create content, as already mentioned earlier here. of course, mobile apps, chatbots, etc. Virtual and augmented reality applications. And a kind of a Drivepedia that we would like to have on the internet. So that module of information serves all these front-end applications. And again, consistency and readability in content. Boom, you are there. So you are in the middle of everything with all these fine things. We don't want to share, sorry to say, shitty content through fine digital channels. We want to share good content. And that's of course where the Acrolinks comes in. I wanted to show you, we will talk about chatbots a little bit. And this is a demo level project at the moment. It's called Dan the Bot. And I'll show you a little bit how it would work, or how it works at the moment. We demoed this last December in SPS, the automation fair in Nuremberg. And we have 2 products in and troubleshooting content. So I will just say that, for example, hi. Let's be polite first. And I don't want to shout. Let's see. Now there's a, okay. How can I help you with this drive, all right? I can write, for example, that it shows alarm 7. So boom, this content comes from our CMS. One-to-one. So there's alarm 7, or actually in the drive display you would only see A7. And there's a module describing the fault. There's another module giving the troubleshooting steps. Just as a short example. And as I said, at the moment we are really working on the middleware so that we can make Dan the bot as intelligent as possible. And I'm glad to say that in drives industry we are forerunners at the moment. So. Then something about our system and tools. I know that some people might be interested. We work around Siemens Teamcenter, and we have a CMS on the surface of Siemens Teamcenter PLM. It's called TechPub Studio. And then, of course, these things are more or less clear to everybody here, but single source of truth, hopefully it exists here. And then all the roles in our team work on the same content, same modules. And then, of course, content control, again, Acrolinks, linked already with the TPS, working there. Something about Acrolinks history. It started already before my time at Danfoss, but I interviewed one of my older team members so that I got the right years and right steps there. So 2010, we really started selecting a language tool. And we went through a lot of different solutions. We visited a lot of conferences, etc., etc. Acrolinks was chosen because of different things. I'm going to talk about the value a little bit later, but after a longish time, we selected Acrolinks. We started the implementation with sampling terms and bringing them in. That took about 2 years, so here we finalized the work. That was only for the VLT drives, which is the Danfoss product. 2014, Danfoss bought Vacon. That was a Finnish drives manufacturer where I come from actually as well. And then we did a lot of comparison work. At Vacon we had a different tool for the same functionality, and then of course we made the decision that all documentation is going to be migrated to TechPub Studio, and of course Acrolinks will be then used as the language tool. Also for Vacon drives. We have 2 product lines still at the moment. We have VLT from Danfoss side and Wacom drives from Wacom. So Wacom name is still on the drive that is produced in Finland. Then 2018, this year actually, finally we have really started migrating stuff to TechPub Studio, and also the Wacom and VLT manuals are then using their acrolinks. It's implemented. We have finalized a terminology project internally. My team member Minna is also here. Minna has been dealing with a lot of stuff on that. And Acrolinks is performing a term quality evaluation at the moment. What are you doing here, guys? You should be working on that. But yes, we are looking forward to getting that evaluation from you and really moving on with the terminology project. Those two product lines are different, and we cannot combine all terms totally with them due to the software differences, etc. So we have to have two term groups still for some functionalities. But then, of course, when we are going to the future, we are designing a new product line, and that's, of course, that's not a VLT or Wacom anymore. That's a Danfoss product, and there we would like to see the fully consistent, unified technical terminology, utilized by TechCom and utilized also by marketing communications. So my dream is always to get them on board, not inventing terms or anything, but utilizing the same thing that we have. This is something I'm happy to say that at Danfoss, I'm talking about Danfoss Drives, so we really have understood that the value of content is very important. I know that in some companies it might take a lot of work for impressing the top management, really for that. You go to them and say, hey, I want to buy this Acrolinks, and yeah, how much does it cost? Oh, okay, this and that. Oh, no, we don't have the money for that. But really like getting also the top management on board, understanding the importance of content, how it's controlled and approved. And then again, of course, you guys are there. So we have really realized that when we have a clear and uniform message on our products, we know what we speak of always. We have less errors. We have better product quality. And the same clarity will be transferred to other languages as well. That is really simplifying our customers' applications. A lot of quality issues, getting rid of them by getting rid of misunderstanding some functionality or some parameter name. There are really concrete cases on. But I was talking about this. No, it was that. They are the same. That kind of things. So this is our goal. Then something about Acrolinks value. As I said, consistency, of course. Uniformity of content. And as I said, it was the best choice of controlling our content, linking it to the tool. It was fast already in 2010 and mature, so there was actually, the decision was easy. We also like the term browsing option and suggestion functionality. Our organization really can suggest a term to our Acrolinks, to be implemented to Acrolinks. Translation, it is connected to our TMS, Translation Management System, by our partner. We have better results clearly, term-wise and readability-wise. And there was a clear reduction on queries from translators after implementing Acrolinks. So that is our, let's say, in a nutshell, our value. And then, of course, to us, Acrolinks is the Ferrari of language control tools, and who would not like to drive a Ferrari? And it's not as cheap, as expensive as Ferrari. Sorry, wrong choice of words. So that was our story in a sort of a summarized version. And thanks for listening. I'm open for discussion.
Thanks a lot, Pasi Savola.